Hey everybody, this is Wes.
And this is Joe with the World of Wes and Joe.
Welcome to our world. Hey everybody, this is Wes.
And this is Heidi with the World of Wes and Joe.
Hey you guys, just so you know, we've been gone for about a week. The reason being was we'd had a little bit of a family emergency happen, and we were unable to record. Basically what happened was my sister had an emergency C-section. She was only 24 weeks pregnant, so the baby survived. The baby's alive. Baby's doing good. My sister's doing well, is doing good as well. Then a couple of days later, their other child, their daughter, had a really high temperature due to having both ears being infected, and her temperature got up to about 104 degrees, and she suffered a seizure. She's doing well. She's still got a temperature. She's being medicated for that. If everybody could just keep them in your thoughts and prayers, that would be great. Today's episode, we got the one, the only Kyle Mardon.
Hey, what's going on?
This man is the definition of a beast. He spends, how many hours a day would you say in general at work cutting down trees?
Anywhere from 7 to 10 hours a day.
Does that. He commutes to work about an hour each
about
way.
An hour, about 50 minutes.
Each way?
Depending on traffic.
Basically a lumberjack.
Yeah. So, I mean, if that was me, I'd be like, I'm done for the day. That's kaput. I just got done climbing a tree up and down, cutting it down, and hauling it away. No, this fool decides, I think it's time for CrossFit.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, we got him on to discuss CrossFit. And, of course, we'll do our Fatty McFat weight loss challenge. See where we were.
Which I thought we were not calling it that, but...
Well, I had to call it that because you stole my joke last time.
Okay.
Anyways, before we kick this off, let's start out with the weight loss challenge. See how much someone has gained and someone has lost. Meaning, I've gained.
Okay, well, I tried to dive in head first. I was not good over Easter weekend for sure, and I did stress eat a little bit due to all the family emergency stuff happening. However, I did go from 246, whatever it was, to 243. I weighed myself this morning. So 3 pounds down, which is cool. I wish it was more, but, you can't win them all.
You have been pretty militant up until the last couple of days, and I blame myself for that. Because where Heidi was being really good, watching what she ate, and going to the gym all the time. Me, on the other hand, I was going out to eat. I was I was also not working out. And then when Easter came today, which in case you guys didn't know, we don't record live, but today is Easter. Kyle, who's a great cook, cooked up some hamburgers, so I had about two of those.
Yeah, it was called burger balls because my grandma made the patties round and like a ball.
They were so thick.
But they were delicious.
Like, Kyle, what is wrong with your burger balls?
I just did the cooking.
So I couldn't help it. I had to have 2 plus second helpings of everything else that was available. So needless to say, I gained some weight, and basically what I learned from this last 2 weeks is...
Wait, what is your weight? You didn't say it.
I'm about to say it.
Okay.
What I learned is I really need to get on this because I'm at 270 pounds. And I can honestly say for the first time in my life, I'm genuinely worried about myself at the weight I'm at.
You should be worried about the fact that you're going to spend a weekend on the beach with me in a hotel.
Well, I don't know
because I'm going to win.
Like I said, I am actually a little stressed because 270, like you think 260 is scary, but once you hit 270 and you realize you're only 30 pounds, I'm only 30 pounds away from 300. That was a real eye-opener for me. But I hope to turn that around starting this week. I'm planning on going to Crunch a couple times this week. And then probably, if I can manage my way over to Kyle's house, I'll let him put me through hell for an hour or so.
Put you through the ringer?
Yeah, pretty much. Before we dive into the the CrossFit section, I think we should bring up a really fun thing that happened at Grandma's house for Easter. We decided to do the Arctic plunge.
Oh yeah. Every year, one of us ends up jumping into the pool, cold water, no matter if it's raining or not. And it just so happened today to be raining and pouring, and we just had to do it. Tradition is tradition for a reason. So
yeah,
we had to do it.
It actually really wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. It was kind of warm because it's been kind of warm here, so the water wasn't ice cold.
Had my daughter not been begging to get warm and go in Grandma's spa, I probably would have hung out in the pool a little while. Would you have?
Oh, I mean, I jumped like multiple times back into it.
I mean,
I'm just a weirdo that way.
Well, me too. I was just like I was freaked out about it just a little bit, and then once I got in, I was like, actually, this feels pretty good.
You were scared up until the point where me and my brother jumped in, and you were like, what?
Hey.
I can't be the only one not jumping in.
I'm not going to defend myself too much. I didn't want to jump at the same time as everybody else because there was 4 of us jumping in, and it's not like a really long pool.
It's not like we're the skinniest of people.
Yeah, I figured that, I figured that out real quick, especially after watching the video, which we are going to post to the World of Wes and Joe's Facebook page. I was like, God, I am really fat.
But you guys displaced all the water in that spa.
All right,
all the water.
There was also, like 6 people in the size of a 4-man.
3 of those people were like 50 pounds total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other 3 were like, we got to be close to 600 pounds, all 3 of us together.
I mean,
easy.
Which, a part of their workout is I decided to join in. I'm not going to put anything with the bet, but I weighed myself this morning and I was 226 pounds. My ideal weight for me would be 200 pounds. But so I'm going to try to jump in on it just because, these guys are doing it and I'm a competitive person, so I want a little bit in on the action.
So that means that we're most likely going to get Kyle as a reoccurring guest since he wants to be in on this weight loss challenge. No, I'm down. Your latest thing, well, not latest because you've been doing it for, about a year now?
Yeah, about a year.
Has been CrossFit. What made you decide? Well, first off, what is CrossFit?
Well, CrossFit is consistent, varied, functional movements and high intensity. It's designed to make you be fit for everyday life. Whether it's going for work and having to pick up heavy boxes or pick up stuff, that way you don't hurt yourself, or if you just need to run or, just play outside with your kids and have the energy and the mobility for it to happen.
Okay.
Or flipping giant tires in case you ever have to flip some giant
just
tires over and over.
Whatever it is.
So what got you interested, what piqued your interest on that particular form of personal training? Well,
for instance, I used to go to InShape. I was going and doing the everyday, going to the gym, lifting weights. It's the same old song and dance. And I got tired of it. I needed variation. I get bored of stuff that's not demanding on me and not challenging for myself. And on top of that, you go there and you work out and it's just either you and your friend or you just by yourself. So you don't have anybody to base yourself off of or help you or challenge you. And the thing with CrossFit is every day you go there, there's people better than you. And that just makes you push yourself that much harder because someone's going harder than you. Plus, the coaches at most boxes, what they call the gym or considered for CrossFit are considered boxes, each coach is there to help you with your form, technique, and make sure you don't hurt yourself and show you proper way to do the workout.
So it's like a community.
It's a community. A lot of people that don't like CrossFit call it a cult. Only because the people you work out with and help you and promote you, you're there every day. You sweat and you work out. It's like if you go to the gym with your buddy, you work out every day, you hang out every day, you guys are going to be close friends. Pretty much the same idea.
So when I look at CrossFit, I think it can be a very strenuous act? I mean, you do clean. I'm thinking cleans and snatches are part of those. Right?
Yeah, clean, snatches, box jumps, deadlifts. I mean, you do a lot of Olympic weightlifting.
Now, somebody who's bigger like me, pushing 270. I'm 270. Would you recommend going straight into doing CrossFit? Or would you recommend that person maybe starts walking, jogging, doing some cardio to kind of drop their weight so that because the snatch, you got to go into a deep squat.
Not at all. Because the great thing about going into a CrossFit gym, like I personally went to CrossFit ASAP. The people there are ridiculously helpful. You have your RX, which is the preferred weight for you to work out, and then you have your scaled. Your scaled is your workout for you individually, what you can do properly with. Doesn't matter if it's 100 pounds to 10 pounds or 500 pounds. You do what your body can do and the technique that you can do. It doesn't matter if your time is completely different from somebody else's. Mm-hmm. It's about beating your own self, challenging yourself and being better for yourself. If one day you can do something better the next day, do it even better, that's the benefit. You start seeing it. You don't have to. It's not like you're being judged. No one goes in there and judges like, oh, I'm better than you. No. You do your workout. You work out on yourself to better yourself. A lot of people are kind of intimidated by it because it's weightlifting, but high intensity stuff where you are breathing hard at the end of the workout. Which is good. I mean, the great thing about it is you're lifting your weights. You're getting you're also getting your cardiovascular in too at the same time. You're doing anything from, say, 51 deadlifts to go sprint 400 meters or 200 meters. Mm-hmm. So you're getting your cardio in at the same time doing the heavy lifting and doing your bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. So it's constantly, every day is a different workout. Everything is not the same. So your body can never adapt to it. And that's the problem with most workouts at the gym is your body adapts to it and it doesn't get the same amount of stress on the muscles. So your muscles are already used to it. They don't work out as hard because they know exactly what you're doing.
Because you get muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory. They know what you're going to do. They know exactly how much energy to put out for it. And your body knows. Your body memorizes what workouts you do. That's the great thing about CrossFit is it's constantly changing. You don't know what you're going to do tomorrow.
Now, the interesting thing that I noticed about the CrossFit was because you're building your own gym, which I think is just awesome. Your own home gym.
Yeah.
You're building. You got a squat rack and what else?
I got a power rack and I made my own personal box jumps, which is for jumping up in different height levels.
And that would be like to work on your quick twitch.
Yeah, it's just for your fast twitch muscles and just like it's quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole nother thing to get your cardiovascular, and then you got your jump ropes, you got your double unders, it's all cardio, mm-hmm. And then you also got, you do a lot of wall balls, which is, like, for guys, is a 20-pound ball, and you throw it up in the air, which is about 10 feet high for guys, and then you catch it, and you do a squat. So you do a lot of squats and stuff like that.
And you go away, cat. Well, what I noticed when I was looking at your home gym was you had a bunch of different names up on the board with a bunch of different workouts.
Yes.
Explain.
Okay, so a lot of CrossFit, they have workouts that are based off of actually military people who created the workouts.
So it's a military.
It's the people. Okay, so you got the people who run a lot of the stuff. It's calisthenics and a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people in the military who do it. They're like, okay, you got the Murph workout, which is a military dude. I don't know the first name, but his last name was Murphy something. And he created a workout, which is 1 mile run, 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and another mile run while wearing a weighted vest.
That sounds terrible.
And they still do those workouts even in the CrossFit Games. Mm-hmm. And it devastates people. And this military person did it almost daily.
Wow, daily?
Wow.
Almost, yeah. Most workouts, they have these people do these workouts almost daily to at least once a week.
It's pretty crazy.
I would probably die.
Yeah.
Death.
It's
So
Death.
my fastest time doing that was about 42 minutes. And
now
that
you're
was
talking
I was
about
devastated.
push-ups, pull-ups. A lot of people listening in America in general, when you hear pull-ups,
Okay, it's not the normal pull-ups. You can do, unless it's considered strict pull-ups, which is, instead of having your hands tucked underneath it like you're just doing arms, it's the opposite. So that way you're like working out your back. But those are your strict ones where you just go up and down. And then you have your kipping, which is like you kick and swing your leg. So that way it's a momentum. It's like a butterfly pull-ups, and you can kind of YouTube on that on exactly what it looks like. But pretty much it makes the pull-ups a whole lot faster and easier and less strain on your muscle.
but I mean, somebody like me who's 270 pounds, I'm going to keep saying that because it's sad. I'm even the kip-ups. Is there any other way that...
Yeah, what you could do is they have the people who can't do it properly, they have bands which they strap onto the pull-up bar, and you put it underneath your leg for assistance. It's kind of like the
pull-up machine.
It's kind of like a pull-up machine where you put your knees up and do it at the machine, but this is very thick rubber bands that help you go up and down. So it's not just your whole body weight.
Yeah, because definitely when you're saying all these reps, it's just like...
I mean, it's a lot. And what the thing is, if you look at it like that, it's scary. A lot of people get scared off of it. But if you break it down, what they do at the gyms, and they let you do it, at least the one I went to, if you think about it as you do 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and 30 air squats, and you break that up, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Instead of just going 100 straight, 200 straight, then 300 straight. If you break it up, then, each muscle you're doing different kind of has a little bit of time to
breathe.
To breathe.
Yeah.
But once again, you don't do those types of workouts every single day. It's just...
There's different intensities.
And those type of workouts, I mean, normal workouts would be like, a 20-minute AMRAP, which is AMRAP. CrossFit has their own lingo. AMRAP is as many reps as possible, or you got your EMOM, there's different stuff, different things, but it's all abbreviations to the workout.
So if this is my first day off the street, I walk into a CrossFit, and I'm looking at this, and I'm super intimidated. Maybe I'm not able to do all the reps that's required. There could be since I'm new, I would do as many reps as possible.
Well, with what I noticed with my gym is I didn't have to do it because I'm already pretty much know my workouts. But a lot of people who aren't in shape and don't know any of it, they have a training course. Like at least CrossFit ASAP in Stockton, or the one in Lodi, or the one in Dixon, which is run by Anthony and Tyler. Those two actually made it to the regionals, and they're going this year again as a team, which is, it's not easy just to get to the regionals.
Yeah. So before we go any further with those other, what exactly is the CrossFit Games? Because we're bringing it up quite a few times.
CrossFit Games is pretty much for them to determine who is the strongest overall athlete. Mm-hmm. And it's not just based off of football or anything, or just weightlifting. So it's about a 7-day week. It's a week of games, and it's not just I won this one thing, so I'm the winner. It's based off of points. So whoever has the most points at the end of the games is declared the winner. There's a male version, and then there's a female version, and each one, they're not the same weight. But so let's say. Me personally, I love Dan Bailey, but he's made it to the games, but he's never won it. But he's just my favorite because he's from Santa Cruz. He's my local fave. I'm a fan of him, but because he's just a beast. But you have, for the CrossFit, you have the CrossFit Open, which is pretty much just to try to get to the regionals. You have to make it to the regionals, which the regionals were, okay, so the Open is considered like, if you watch football, the Open is like the regular season. You have to get to the highest times or highest scaled to get to the regionals. And each regional is their own section. So kind of think of it as like the playoffs, like you have the NFC, the AFC, but in the CrossFit you have California, you have Central America, you have Europe, you have all these places. And then for the regionals, you have to be the top 5 of each one of your regionals to make it to the games, which would be considered like the Olympics or the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
Because those are the best of the best make it to that level.
For sure.
But at the same time, you have to be incredibly good just to suck at the games. That's how it is.
So anybody that gets to the games, they're just
you're a beast.
Yeah, okay.
You're a beast.
All right, I got you. So, is CrossFit a sense of pride for you? Like, is it something that you want to tell people about that you do?
Yeah, for sure. Just because how much I enjoy it. If I like something and I think it benefits me and I think it'll benefit anybody, then yeah, I'm going to tell people about it. I don't care if it's CrossFit or just eating right. For sure.
Would you recommend this to the average person? I know they probably have class times.
Yeah, I would. But I would definitely recommend it, but the only downfall of CrossFit, most boxes are expensive. Really expensive. But the price that you pay is like pretty much having if you go to the gym and you pay for a personal trainer, it's pretty much the same thing, but when you pay for the amount at the gym for a CrossFit box, you're getting a personal trainer.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just like, for me, it was about the same price for you as it was for me to do when I was doing Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, shout out to Valor Training Center. If anybody's looking to do Muay Thai, it's a great way to get in shape. When I was able to do it, I lost like, I think 20 or 30 pounds doing it. And I was I went there religiously, but it was like within 2 or 3 months that I lost that weight.
I mean, that's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so...
I mean, honestly, the thing I like the most about the CrossFit gym is I go in there and I know there's people better than me. Yeah. And I am extremely competitive.
Apparently not, because you were telling me a while ago when they acquired the gym in Lodi, what did they have you do?
I mean, I went there and I trained and I worked out and I did stuff.
No, you were helping people with their form, weren't you? Or teaching?
I thought I was going to, but really I didn't. Like, I went there and the guy that does it, Danny, he's a Olympic lifter trainer and he knows his shit.
Oh, for sure.
And he helped me out with a lot of stuff, but I mean, pretty much, like, I became good friends with the owners and everything, and I still hang out with them. They do a lot of stuff, and they're incredible, like, coaches that will help you out with your form, and they'll spend the extra time with you even after classes to show you the right stuff and how to make yourself better if you ask for it.
Sweet. So, and that was, what was the name of the CrossFit again? It was
ASAP.
CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit ASAP. They have one in Stockton, Dixon, and Lodi.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in CrossFit, definitely look into those guys. When you were originally looking into CrossFit, how many different gyms or CrossFit did you check out?
I went to the CrossFit 209 in Stockton off of 8 Mile. That place is ginormous. It is huge, but at the time, their prices was unrealistic. And then I went to CrossFit ASAP at the time. This was over a year ago, and it was a huge difference. But the one in 209, the CrossFit 209 is just, it's ginormous. Mm-hmm. They have an indoor, like, track. They have everything you can think of there.
What else? I'm trying to think where we can go, because I had a couple other questions. I was trying to remember what I wanted to ask you. So, Kyle, since I'm probably going to be coming over maybe let's shoot for 2 times a week at least.
Yeah.
Just because it is a little bit of a drive from my house to your house.
It is.
Being that I'm a noob, are you gonna? What would be some good workouts that we'll be starting with?
I'm kind of my wife kind of got me to where I'm kind of too intense when I start trying to train people. So she's kind of taught me to go less harder on people. So I would, I don't know, I would start having you doing like basic stuff like squats, air squats, trying to work on your, more your technique and form before you started doing anything heavy, because your technique and form is key.
Yeah. Public service announcement. If you're going to work with weights, make sure that you talk to somebody who, learn the techniques. Don't just look at YouTube. Have somebody watch you. You can seriously hurt yourself with
and
free
watch
weights.
yourself in a mirror when you're
Yeah,
doing it.
definitely.
That's why all those mirrors are there. It's not so you can just stare at yourself.
Because if you think you know what you're doing and you jump into something too quick and heavy, you can definitely hurt yourself and set yourself back a long time, and it's just not worth it. It's better to take your time and do stuff right.
And get just a little bit of help.
You get help. Always, if you don't have questions, even after you're at the regular gym, if you see someone that knows what they're doing, ask them some questions. It never hurts to ask. Most people at the gym have no problem giving their advice. Sometimes they're a little bit too much pushy with their advice.
Plus, a lot of gyms, when you sign up, they offer a free session with a trainer.
Yeah, and if you've never done it before, definitely take it.
It would definitely be worth to pay for even just 2 or 3 sessions.
Definitely.
With a trainer to get yourself going, at least.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to what you...
definitely, start you off with box jumps, air squats, trying to get your form, the basic everyday stuff, jogging, push-ups, body weight movement, just to get your body start knowing what's going to happen before you start jumping into weights. But definitely have you sweating and... crying at the end of the
I'm
workout.
sure I'll be crying and wheezing.
And the way I explain to people is, if you can do 1 to 2 more push-ups than you did the day before, you're improving.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Question for you. How do you feel about cardio? Because I've heard from different people that cardio is basically useless, but then I hear people who have lost tons of weight doing just cardio. I believe in doing a mix of both.
Exactly. It 100%. It's a mixture of both. You need your cardiovascular. Your cardiovascular is good for your heart. It's for your body, and weight training is good for your muscles. Weight training does burn more calories after you're done working out than cardiovascular, as in running and bicycling and stuff like that. But you do need to have an equal amount of both type of workouts. Mm-hmm. I personally hate running, but I have to because I know I need to.
Well, it's super boring.
Yeah. Well, I know
it is, but there is things called runner's high, and that's later on once you actually get running, because your endorphins kick in and you just get adrenaline rush of it.
Well, I know. My co-host Joey, he actually, I don't want to put words in his mouth, I'm trying to remember how he worded it, but it was basically that he's not a big proponent of cardio, because he's saying if you hit the weights right, you're going to do cardio.
If you do high intensity weights, yes, you do get some cardiovascular, yes.
Because he says you plateau with cardio.
You do and you don't. If you just run the same workout every single day, you're gonna plateau, because it's the same thing. Yeah. That's why you need variation, whether it's sprinting 200 yards and walking. And then, every day is something different. Do sprint, walk, or just jog. You have to change it up because, like I've said previously, your body does adapt, and you will plateau. Mm-hmm. But everybody has their own different styles of working out. Everybody believes their own different stuff.
There are a lot of different ways to work out.
There's a lot of different workouts, and some people are so stuck in their ways and so headstrong about their workouts that, say, someone like me compared to someone like Joey, of course we're going to butt heads because he's set in his workout ways and he's going to think his way's right because it works for him.
Yeah.
everybody's body is different, so everybody needs a different workout.
Because what works for him might not work for you.
Exactly. So for me to argue with me saying, no, you're wrong, I'm right, it's void, because I know what works for me might not work for him.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm hearing is like a recurring theme is kind of just don't do the same thing every day. Always try to change what you're doing.
Exactly.
Even if it means changing the incline on the treadmill. If you're just starting out walking, which is kind of what I've been doing because I had a baby and everything. I've just been walking, but every day I add maybe, I go from 3 miles to 3.2 miles, and then I add some incline on the treadmill. And that's what makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah, you have to definitely, challenge yourself and change the intensity of your workout.
For sure. And if people are kind of strapped for cash and they can't do the CrossFit, or they can't necessarily have a personal trainer, I know there was a book that Kyle turned me on to, and there's a male and female version of it, and it has tons of excellent information about. I'll tell you what it is first before I start saying what it is. It's the Body Sculpting Bible for men and the Body Sculpting Bible for women.
Yeah, I mean, I told you about that because I personally saw it, and the thing I liked about it, it shows you different variations of different workouts and how to perform them. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if you don't even have the money for that, you can just go out, you can go on YouTube. Everybody's got a phone. Yeah. Go on your phone and look at, there's free apps.
Oh my God, Google,
Google
Pinterest
everything.
Has,
there's absolutely, for someone to say they have no idea, no way for them to work out is a lie.
It was funny. I was, when I first got my gym membership at Crunch, I was like, I don't have that book. I couldn't find my Body Sculpting Bible for men. And I was just like, I need to do a chest and back exercise. So I literally went onto Google and put chest exercises.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nowadays with the internet, there is no way for no one to not be informed with different types of stuff. And there's everything out there that anybody can think of. Like, that's what I do. If I get stumped on something, I can't remember a right way for the coaches that they taught me, like, I'll go on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And then I'll type it in, and then boom, it's right there.
Yeah, sure. So I kind of want to do a 180 and start talking about the home gym that you're making.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make that like a legit? Like, obviously it's a legit gym, but are you thinking about putting like mirrors and like on maybe across one side of the wall just so you can kind of see your posture?
No, because I don't got the money for it. I mean. Ideally, it would be nice, but the thing is, I'm trying to make an affordable home gym. That way I can work out and I can just keep myself active and try to keep myself fit and have the things that I need. Like, it sucks. It does suck not having the stuff you want to work out, but at the same time, you can do variations of it, but it's just, it's not the same for me personally.
For sure. Because the reason why I bring that up is, a lot of people, they make the joke of people who are really fit like to look at themselves in the mirror, even when they're working out. Well, the fact of the matter is, when you're working out at a gym and you're looking in the mirror, it's because you're checking your posture, which is very important.
I mean, ideally, yes, that is. I mean, you got the meatheads that aren't looking at the mirror for technique; they're looking at it for themselves.
Yeah, true.
But the mirrors are at the design of the mirrors is for you to be able to check your posture to make sure you're lifting properly if you can.
Which is what I brought that up for people who are listening who have never lifted weights in their life. Definitely do. If you sign up for Crunch is super, super affordable. Or even Planet Fitness. If they give you, most of the time they'll give you a free training thing. Take it.
They'll show you a lot of stuff.
Yes, weight training is a skill.
I mean, not only that, it's not only a skill, but they don't want you to go into their gym and hurt yourself.
Because you will.
You will if you don't know what you're doing, or you can tear something, or, I mean, they want you to go in there and not pretty much hurt yourself.
Because I remember I was lucky enough that I for whatever reason, decided I wanted to do weight training in high school. I did 3 years of it. When they told us that our first time at the bench press, nobody was allowed to use any weight. We had to just use the bar. I didn't realize why. And then once, since I'd never held a bar before, I was just like, this is super easy. Then they threw on 30, 40 pounds on each side. And I'm like, and all of a sudden you're kind of going rocking back and forth, and you realize, oh, you're learning balance.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the balance. It's definitely, they want to see if you know where to put your hands, because it makes a huge difference. Like you said, if you put 40 pounds on one side and the other 40 on the other side, and you don't have your arms right,
yeah,
it's going to be angled, and you're going to lose your balance, and then guess what? You hurt yourself.
Yeah, working out can be hazardous, and that's why I know I've stressed it a couple times in this episode, but it's true.
It's hazardous, but once you get into it, that's what there's people who work out, and they call them cult. They call people that work out and fitness are 100% just a cult, because it's addicting. It is extremely addicting, because once you start seeing results, you just focus on it.
I wish I had the addiction.
But I mean, after a couple weeks and you start seeing results, you're just hooked. And the problem is, you're hooked, but it's not just working out, it's about your diet. I'm very, very guilty of my diet.
Apparently so am I.
I am very good during the week, Monday through Thursday, because I'm at work. I meal prep, but if I work late and I don't get home by a certain time, I'm hungry.
In your mind, don't lie. You say, I worked a long day.
I worked a long day. No, I don't say I deserve it. I say, fuck it. Excuse my language. I say, whatever. I don't care. I'm starving. There's Jack in the Box right there. And I get it. Or in my case, there's a gas station, 7-Eleven, and they got delicious food, which it's not really delicious, but it's when you're starving, it's,
Or I'll just go burn it off in my home
I'll
gym.
just burn it off, and then...
But it takes so much working out to burn off a meal of Jack in the Box.
Well, for me, exactly. What was it, the other day? I'd eaten out previous that week, and then I was out and I was working. I worked pretty much a 9.5 hour, 10-hour day with no lunch, and I was just like, I had packed me lunch and I'd eaten it on the road, and then as it started getting later, I was like, you know what? I see that McDonald's over there.
So guilty.
I deserve it. I deserve it. I just worked my tail off. I've had no break to sit down and relax. Instead of sitting down and relaxing, I'm going to get myself a McDouble or something,
Yeah.
It's
definitely, that's just, that's your choice of when you eat, to view your, you're rewarding yourself.
Yeah, and a reward that my body doesn't need.
Exactly. But the thing is, what they say is that's just the way your diet is. Once you start changing your diet after, I think they said a month, you start actually not wanting the bad food, but you start craving the good food, because your body naturally knows what's in it and what nutrients they want. I've tried paleo diet before, and it just wasn't, I loved it, but I saw results for it, but it's just so hard.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you, actually. Being that we're going to be going on this weight loss crusade, and that's what it kind of is. Yeah. What diet would you say is the best that you've come across?
The best I've ever came across was paleo. I dropped 15 pounds in less than a month doing paleo. But it's so difficult doing it. It's not just the difficult, it's that you got to meal prep everything. Because if you're going out with family and you say you're running late and they're going out to eat, to go to a restaurant to find meals that are paleo friendly is just difficult.
Okay, because that would be the question. What do you do right now when you? Because I know you're obviously you're not exactly the most strict on it.
I would say no. If anyone saw me, I kind of got a gut.
Yeah.
But it's all because of my dieting. It's not because of my working out.
Well, no, you chop trees for 10 hours a day, and then you go into CrossFit. How do you have any body fat?
It's all because of dieting. I don't diet properly. I know what to do. Sometimes I'm just way too lazy to do.
So
it.
you would say the paleo. What was that other one that's similar to the paleo that I was thinking about doing? Ketogenic. What?
I don't know anything about that. I mean, you got the low carb, you got the paleo. There's so many things out there, but the main thing is about
Eating less.
It's not so much as eating less; it's eating right. Eating your right amounts of proteins. Eating more vegetables, more fruit, more healthy energy than what? How does it? I can't think of the word right now.
Well, that's okay. Wait, since you can't, let me kind of sidetrack.
Processed foods.
Processed foods.
You gotta avoid processed foods.
Just in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should anyway.
You were talking about more vegetables, more fruits. Joey, he actually advocates. I think it was him. Advocates against lots of fruits
Because they're high in sugars, but it's natural sugars. And, the
paleo diet advocates for less fruits.
Less fruits.
Don't make it your whole diet.
You don't want to make it your whole diet, but, I mean, to be a clean eater, to be completely strict, there's variations of paleo, there's variations of any type of diet. The bottom line is to me, what I think of as eating right is eating healthy. More eating. If you need something sweet, you're going to want to choose a fruit over a candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, natural sugars compared to candy is way better. If you had to choose.
So if you got a sweet tooth and you just need that sugar,
eat
an apple.
Eat an orange, eat some fruit, eat something that has natural sugar because your body breaks it down easier than processed sugars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm no nutritionist.
For sure, which actually we will be having a nutritionist on. That'll be a pretty interesting episode.
But the thing is, nutritionists are going to tell you that, they have the right way. They tell you to eat, more properly for long-lasting stuff. And the thing is, eating right, eating healthy, they're going to tell you exactly, they're not going to be exactly like how I say stuff. They're trained professionals. I'm not a trained professional. I can't give you sound advice. I can just tell you what works for me.
And what you've read.
What I have read and what I have seen. I mean, you got people who do, if you watch the documents of, the people who do, the superhero movies, like Thor, you got Wolverine. The people who train them pretty much told me chicken, broccoli, and rice. That's their main consistence of diet.
Fun.
It's bland.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Fun.
But if you look at some of the people, they work. It works, but it's not healthy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
Just because it works doesn't mean it's long lasting, healthy, and if it's a quick fix, isn't going to be a long lasting, healthy benefit compared to just losing your weight. It's better to lose your weight healthy with clean eating and clean exercising and working out right instead of just a quick fix. Because you just try to drop that weight and not eat as much or not eat, just starve yourself. It puts your body into starvation mode, and you're going to gain it right back.
You're going to hold on to it, too.
Yeah.
And it's not sustainable.
No.
I mean, you think about it, for real people, because real people do listen to this. We're not all, functional athletes.
And we do advocate proper. This is obviously switched from video games and stuff to a health and wellness. This podcast, we're advocating for a healthier lifestyle, not for just let's lose the weight quick.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because, And
we need sustainable things, because we are busy people. We have kids, we have a life, so it's and I know I don't know how to cook, so I'm learning all this stuff too, and paleo is hard because you have to cook everything.
You do. You have
it's
to
ridiculous.
Cook everything, and that's what I'm saying, it's just strict, but if you can, I prefer, that. I'm just saying that worked for me personally, but I didn't stick to it very long just because it was very difficult.
Oh, it totally works because I did it once. we were still in the apartment when I was doing it, and I think I
in
did
the
it
house.
Maybe.
Yeah, and you lost like 30
I did it for
pounds.
like a month straight, and I lost hell away. It works.
It works. It's just hard.
to keep
Which is
up.
why I've decided, without consulting Heidi at all, that on our Facebook page, you can keep up with the sharps as we do paleo. We will post the recipes that we use and take pictures of the dinners.
Oh, fuck me.
I just
Take
throw that
pictures
in
of
there.
the dinners that I'm cooking because you're not going to
That's
help me
right.
at all?
You heard that. She just said that she's doing it by herself.
She kind of put her foot in her
He
mouth.
relies on me for all of his food. So when he signs himself up for this,
It's
he's
called.
also signing up me for this.
I'm making her subservient. I'm sorry.
You know what's terrible about the paleo, especially when you're going out to eat? Sure, you can order the chicken and veggies, but what is this cooked in? Did you use this type of oil? Like that shit is annoying.
It's annoying,
oh,
but that's why I
God.
say there's variations. Like,
Yeah.
some people are just way too strict about it, and some people are just like, okay,
At least
eating
you're
a
eating
healthy
this, yeah.
eating a healthy lifestyle, which is, like you say, the paleo is considered the caveman diet. But if you just kind of eat clean and eat healthy, it's
Cut your carbs down.
cut your carbs, down, and
For your
eat
grains, at least.
grains and no dairy. I mean, dairy, I can't
And
give
look,
up
you can
cheese.
have soda with that.
Oh my
Soda
God.
is the
We're not talking about
worst. Soda is the worst.
It's the worst.
It's just pure sugar.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, my problem though is energy drinks, which is so bad
Which
for
is
you.
basically soda.
Which is basically soda, but I just love them. They're
They're
like crack
delicious.
for me.
Oh yeah.
But when I gave them up, oh man, I was getting such migraines, such like dizziness,
It's caffeine.
such everything.
You gotta
Yeah,
taper
caffeine, horribleness.
So before we close up, there was a certain thing that we have going on between us that the viewing,
yes.
the listening public might want to hear about.
Uh-huh.
As he blows on his hand, me and Kyle made this bet about
A slap bet.
Oh my God, years ago.
years ago, and it was a losing man's bet because it was that I would never smoke
Yeah,
again.
he bet me that he was going to quit smoking, and because at the time my mom passed away due to lung cancer and smoking, and he was like, "Oh, I'm done. I was like, "You want to put a slap bet on it?" He's like, "I will bet you right now. I don't care." And the greatest part about it, Wesley's wife Heidi is the slap bet commissioner, so she determines whether a certain thing, if she had to pretty much rat on her husband if he smoked. And she did. And so I get to have 5 free smacks across Wesley's face at any given time whatsoever. And I think we're down to 2 right now, aren't we?
2,
Yeah,
something
we
like
do
that.
some
Yeah.
Which
free.
we will release either tonight, which is Easter, or the next few days.
The video.
The video of the
The
original
number 2.
video. The
The
original video.
The original video of number 2, Slap, was a Halloween at my house.
Yes.
And Wesley wasn't paying attention, and I had him look at me,
No, you didn't have me look at
No.
you. I happened to turn.
and I just laid it into him.
Oh, it's a good video. So you guys actually are getting two videos within the next couple days. Us jumping into the not so freezing water, and Kyle
Wesley,
slapping the shit out of me.
Yes.
It's I don't know. Should we release the one with the music, or should we release the other one, the original cut?
It doesn't matter to me, because I just love seeing that video of me smacking the living smack out of you.
It's pretty good. People are gonna enjoy that.
Didn't you show it to a couple of your co-workers?
Yeah, and they're just like, "Why the hell did you let him do that?" I was like, I don't know if it's in the video, but there's a point where I hug you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was hugging. I was like, "Oh, this is my buddy." No, I was about to kill you.
Yeah, because he was so mad, and he realized there's
I didn't.
nothing he could do
No,
about it.
I didn't. Okay, so I didn't realize what had happened. I didn't even realize I'd been slapped. I was just like, "What the hell happened?" Like, honestly, for the first few seconds, there was no pain.
Yeah. And the great thing is, his wife, Heidi, she's the slap bet commissioner. So if I smack Wesley and he does anything to return it, as in hit me back, Heidi gets to add another slap to it.
I could say, oh, that doesn't count. Sorry.
Yep.
So it up. If you would have kept your hands down, Wes, it would have counted. You would have been good, but you smacked Kyle back. So
yes. I get a whole nother smack.
Yes, it should make for an interesting event when this
next two happen.
Yes.
And since we're posting things on the website, and since Wesley is volunteering us to do things without consulting me first, I think I'm going to volunteer that we post some before and after pictures. And since Kyle is joining us, even though he already looks pretty fantastic without this, race
well, I'm going to do it in the nude.
I think that we should all do some
belly shots
pictures.
I'm going to do it in the nude. Say I won't.
You don't even need you don't need to do me and Wesley because the video on us jumping in the pool already shows us fat.
You'll see how fat I am.
No, we need to do some official before pictures anyway. So.
Well, it was good. It was great having you on the podcast, Kyle. I hope we can have you on again.
Oh yeah, we can see who's winning and who's losing with this.
Dieting. Oh, for sure. You do realize that now that you've agreed to this, you have to send in your weekly weight, right?
No, that's all good. I'm down for that. Because I just get you guys all mad, and then you're gonna be like, "What are you doing? I need to work out with you." Blah blah blah. I'm just extremely blank.
He's extremely blank. No, he's extremely motivated when there's a competition involved.
That's it.
There you go.
I don't even know who has the advantage here.
Well, for sure, Kyle does not.
You're pretty already fit, already. So it's going to be tough for you to lose.
Those 20 pounds are going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, my 20 pounds is hard because it's not like Heidi and Wesley not being a jerk, but the bigger you are, the easier it is to lose some weight.
I think 30 to 40 pounds of mine is going to just
drops.
Off.
Me 100% is not going to be the workout. It's dieting. Being strict on the diet. It's not the workout because I already work out and I just stay the same. It's because of my horrible diet.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So we'll have him on again soon. Wow, we're just... Stop flicking my cat in the face. Do not delete that, cat. Heidi.
The cat was kept going to it.
You don't flick him in the eye.
He put his eye in and he needed a black eye.
So, yeah.
They're going to think I'm an animal abuser.
Oh, yeah. No, she's leaving that in there.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome.
You were flicking a cat in the eye.
Well, he was trying to be Muhammad.
Bro. We have an unaired, I don't think we've released this. We have an unaired episode of one with Joey in it, right?
Uh-huh.
Zeke puked on his and we're discussing it, and it is the funniest thing there is. He's just like, he's like, oh my god, he just puked on my keys. I'm like, he just puked on your keys. What the?
Well, it was the keys. That wasn't him. He needed to stop being a sissy.
So, yeah, we definitely will be having you back on.
It's all good. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, this was a really fun podcast for me.
I had a good time.
Heidi, you're not really being a co-host here, though.
I'm sorry. Kyle's very
talkative.
Overbearing.
I don't know. I think well, it is his world, but I mean, I think I added a little bit to it.
It's just, you guys are very similar.
We are. We're very headstrong, and we like to put our points of views across.
Okay, so, yeah. The reason why Kyle's on before we go off is we actually weren't even planning on it. We were just going to do a quick, maybe 15-minute podcast, which now has become probably, once everything's edited out, it's probably going to be about 45 minutes.
Probably.
Kyle's like, yeah, I know you want to be on the podcast, but it's been a while. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, all this crazy stuff has been happening. We definitely want you on the show. I'm like, shit, what are you doing tonight? And Kyle, yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'll shoot a podcast with you.
Yeah, so why not? I mean, I don't care. I like chatting it up.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about some of our podcast guests is they're our friends. So literally, we could call them a couple days before. In this case, the day of.
Yeah.
And give you guys. I really feel this is going to be a pretty good podcast.
I think so. I think it'll be pretty good. I mean, everybody we kind of based all subjects about, especially you guys, your guys' challenge, your guys' epic battle to see who's going to go either to the beach or to go to Tahoe. And I mean, I'm rooting for Wes, but I'm pretty much sure it's going to be Heidi due to the fact that she has the determination to win and can stick to a diet, unlike Wes's Mickey D's issues.
Just call me Big Sid. For those of you who don't know, Big Sid is Kyle and mine's grandfather, and he was quite
a big man.
Yes. Anyways, it was a good time letting us be in your world, Kyle.
It's a crazy world, but it is my world.
Y'all have a good night. This has been Wes.
And this has been Heidi.
And this has been Kyle.
With the world of Wes and Joe.
Night.